Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode on the No Sleep for Dramas podcast. This episode has been a long time coming. Excuse me if I'm looking off screen. I'm reading a script. But anyway, this episode has been a long time coming, and I'm really happy that we're finally recording it. As you can see, I invited Jess onto the show, a third of the drama trio, as well as the host of the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast. Hi,
Thank
Jess.
you. It is so great to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And it's totally my fault that this has taken so long to happen because I got sick.
It's also my fault.
And also, I feel like nobody is talking about Love Between Lines anymore. But
That's
I'm
okay.
keeping
Whatever.
the edits alive by, liking and watching every single thing that comes across my For You. But
yeah. And then you're sharing the wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
People will still watch, whatever, or listen, whatever wherever they're watching or listening to this. I don't know. We are here to talk about the Chinese drama Love Between Lines.
Yay.
And yeah, I'm excited. I'm really curious what you're gonna think about this because I have thoughts. I don't have any notes, and I know you don't either.
So that's the thing is that I was DMing you weeks ago, and I think I was on episode 23 of 28 or so, and I said, hey, I just realized I watched like this whole show and didn't take a single note at all. So I hope you're ready for that. I hope that's okay that I can still come on your show and talk about this. Love Between Lines, Cdrama, just off the cuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to do what we can.
I never take notes.
Yeah, like her MO, Caitlin's MO, for those who don't know, is just to come in and just like rock up, raw, not have any notes, nothing at all. And I need notes. I thrive off notes, but I also thrive off chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. So you probably will get chaos in this episode. All right. So before we talk about Love Between Lines, what else have you been watching, Jess?
Okay. So I haven't been watching an Asian drama in like weeks. The in-progress shows are still in progress. I pressed play on Love and War, I think, which is a K-drama from a few years back, 2019 or so. It has the second male lead from Business Proposal. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was like hoping that you would know who I was talking about. So he's in there, and it was fine. It's a historical. I did not keep going with it, basically, and not through any fault of the drama. It's just me and what I'm in the mood to watch. So what I've been watching is a lot of World War II stuff. Okay, we watched.
That's a switch up.
That's like I took a left turn. So we've been watching Band of Brothers. We finished it. We got totally wrecked. Toe up from the flow up. Then we followed it up with The Pacific, which is also a World War II show and also getting emotionally canned, manhandled in that show. It's very violent, very accurate, and all the rest. If you're not into war things, I'm sorry, but that's the mood that this household is in right now. And then last night, I was scrolling Amazon Prime, as one does, and I came across this show called Off Campus, which was like in the top 10 or whatever of shows on Amazon Prime. And it's one of those book to TV adaptations of like a smutty book into a show.
Like Heated Rivalry, but
basically, but it's not a BL. Yeah. Anyway, I started binging that, and the last thing that I updated on my Instagram was that I was on episode 2. Bitch, no. Now I'm on episode 7 of, I think, 8. Like, there's not that many episodes left.
I'll be honest, I had no idea what you were talking about. Well, okay, if you had messaged us yesterday.
I did.
And I had stayed off of social media, aka Threads, before you messaged, I wouldn't have heard of it at all.
Okay.
Yesterday, because I think it came out yesterday.
It's recent. Yeah.
It was all over my threads. I was like, what the hell are people talking about? I haven't even heard of this thing. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like Heated Rivalry all over again, except I haven't been spoiled second by second.
Okay.
But
true.
Yeah.
It's quite good. It's very tropey, soapy, college romance with all of the, it's fake dating.
You described it like Greek. Yeah.
It is it gives me the same exact vibe of the CW's Greek, which I'm a Cappy girl all the way. Okay? Like that show, I freaking used to tune in every week to watch the next episode of Greek. And this show gives that same vibe, even though it's not technically Greek. The Greek here is the hockey. Like the
Right,
hockey
right.
athletes or whatever, they're
Yeah.
little
It's a
insulated.
figure skater hockey romance,
No
right?
figure skating. No figure skating.
I assumed the girl was a figure skater.
No,
I
no, no, no,
don't know
no.
anything about this show, clearly.
But it's a hockey hunk with a music major girl with like a lot of on-campus jobs. She's gonna lose her scholarship and whatever. So they have a good meet cute in the first couple of minutes of the show. She sees him in the shower naked because she is
Of course.
like a janitorial at the college stadium
Mhm.
where the hockey boys play. And she was, you know, with headphones in, jamming, cleaning up the locker room. And there he was, butt naked in the shower, looking fine. If you're not into nudity, if you're not into like college age people sleeping around having these really adult relationships, showing for you. It's just not for
Yeah.
you. It's very smutty and very soapy, and I think the acting is pretty good. I heard some rumblings after the fact, which, mind you, this was last night that I started watching it, so literally during the day today. I heard that people were bitching about the age gap between the actors. The main male lead and the female lead, who I think she was maybe 18 or 19 when she filmed this. And then he is 10 years older than her, like 27, 28, around there. And I was like, here we freaking go. We cannot even escape this kind of discourse for a second. But yeah, I'm not going to let it destroy my enjoyment of this show.
I mean, it was all over Threads. I'm on Threads constantly. I mean, I used to be on Twitter before it became what it is today, constantly. So
Twitter equals
I'm on
Threads
all the time.
And I understand the fact that people are commenting and putting it on your feed.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah. Speaking of shower scenes, I also was like, obviously I'm on drama Threads. So between Perfect Crown and My Royal Nemesis, which apparently in like episode 1, you get a back shower scene on My Royal Nemesis.
Yes.
And then in Perfect Crown, you get multiple shower scenes. So I've seen all of the stills of both of those shows and shower scenes.
I tell you what, if you love hot guys, beefcakes, this is Beefcake Central. Okay? And that, it pleases me. Okay? I'm a simple gal. I have simple needs. And this is good. Okay?
Yeah.
Especially it hit at like 1 a.m., let me tell you.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Enough about that. Let's talk about Love Between Lines.
I just finished Blossom. That's what I finished.
Because Blossom is good, though. I saw you rated it 8.5.
Yeah, it's good. Which, for me, like...
I would rate it about the same.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's not, like, fantastic.
It's good. It's not the best.
I think the problem is I loved Prisoner of Beauty.
Yeah.
And Blossom did not compare. Like, I think also, and I said this in my review, and I'll say it on the YouTube review when I make it, but like, it took it wasn't as bad as Love Like the Galaxy.
No.
Where it took forever for them to get together.
It's a surprising
but it still took them forever to get, it's a surprising slow burn.
It doesn't
especially
seem to
after
fit.
episode 1.
Yeah.
Especially after episode 1, which was fantastic.
It was, yeah.
And then I was just like, it's taking forever for them to at least meet. It's not even like, I didn't care they weren't together, but they didn't meet.
But they do need to sort of interact. And she's a bit cold, too. Like, her personality in the show is rather cold, aloof. Definitely gives the vibes that she's older and that he's younger and sort of more spunky and on fire. And then she's like just sort of a wet blanket of a character a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily...
There's a ton of threads that were not connected.
Yeah, like the show
they
is
brought
fine.
up the whole flower thing and the whole connection thing, and I was like, cool, yay, let's get into it. And then they kind of did, and then they kind of didn't. And I was like, I still have questions.
I completely, like, I sort of finished Blossom and I was like, all right, let's move on. You know, it didn't linger. It wasn't an era's
and also the
drama.
ending was like super, it was, as I said also in my little mini review, I was like, on one hand, there was too many episodes. They could have condensed it a little bit.
They could have.
On the other hand, the ending was really, really rushed, where I was just like, wait, what? That's how you're going to defeat these people? Like, that seems really, really rushed to me.
All right. Well, so you finished Blossom.
I did finish Blossom, and I have about 5 episodes of Culinary Class Awards Season 2 to be done.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wanted to be done with it. It is May 15th right now. I wanted to be done with both of these shows like May 5th, but here we are.
10 days past due.
10 days. Here we are.
Ain't
here
that
we are.
just the way?
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been watching for multiple weeks now, as I just said. So, that's not what we're here for, though. Let's go talk about Love Between Lines. So, if you have never listened to a review episode at all, per my format, we will talk about the C-drama, introduce it, give you some synopsis, some cast, whatever. And then we will give our overall non-spoiler review of it. So in case you want to go and watch this Chinese drama, you will get a non-spoiler review and where we'll tell you to either skip this or go and watch it. And then we will give a spoiler warning and talk about and go into, and what is the word I'm looking for? Gush about certain things in this show after the spoiler warning. So
Yep.
just FYI, you will get a spoiler warning. But let's introduce this, Love Between Lines. So this is a Chinese drama that aired in 2026, aka January 9th to January 20th. It has 28 episodes, and you can watch it on iQIYI and Viki. I think I watched it on iQIYI, actually.
I watched it on Viki.
Also, if I butcher any of these names, I'm horrible with Mandarin names. I'm horrible with any name, actually. I'm horrible with my own name. Xiao Zhiyu and Husha first met during a murder mystery game set in Republic of China themed scenarios. They assume fake identities and act out fictional plots, yet both grow curious around each other's real life personas. In real life, Xiao Zhiyu, and Husha
Okay.
also meet as if destined by fate. From there, the story unfolds in a duo narrative, one following the fictional plot of the mystery game and the other depicting their real life. Amidst the interplay of illusion and reality, the pair soon come to an understanding of their true feelings. Will they find their way to each other and end happily ever after? And that is taken directly from my drama list. The director for this is Mao Deshu, who also directed When I Fly Towards You and I Cannot Hug You. I've seen I Cannot Hug You. I've never watched the other one, but I know it's like really popular.
Okay, I've seen the other one. I've seen When I Fly Towards You. It's good. Not
It's
my favorite.
like a youth romance.
Yes, it's a youth romance. Very cute. Takes them from high school into college, I believe,
Okay.
to the end of college. It's so cute. That's all I want to say about it.
Yeah. I could not find a screenwriter. I've looked.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, I'm sure there is one out
There
there.
was
Maybe
one.
maybe I wasn't looking where I
multiple.
should. But yeah, so I don't know the screenwriter for this. All right, so two main leads were Chen Xing Xu and Liu Yuxiao.
Yeah.
You might recognize Chen Xing Xu from Goodbye My Princess,
That's
The
right.
Starry Love, or Love on the Turquoise Land. I know you've watched two of these.
I've seen
Jess.
two of these. I've seen The Starry Love, which I really enjoyed, and I've also seen Goodbye My Princess. Goodbye My Princess comes with a ton of trigger warnings and, all the warnings because it is a tragic romance, and I watched it without knowing anything about it. I watched it total vacuum. I think it was on Amazon Prime or something like that years ago, and I pressed play, didn't look up anything about it. Reviews, nothing, cast, nothing. I said, this looks pretty good, and I pressed play on it, and I feel like I got in on the ground floor of that shit, and it was amazing. I loved it. It was such an angsty romance, and I remember that experience vividly, and he was amazing in that show as well. That was the first time I ever saw him. And now we will be returning to the angsty world of Goodbye My Princess later this year. It's set to be reviewed by the drama trio over on Daebak K-Rambles.
I have never seen it, so
I'm excited for you guys to see it, you and Liliana.
I've seen clips. And I know,
have
like,
you? Okay.
I've seen clips. I've seen his acting in it. I've seen clips. I know the ending, so it'll be interesting for sure. Yeah. I have not watched. This is my first drama I've watched him in.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah. I've seen him. I mean, he's been around. I have many of his other dramas, like Love on the Turquoise Land, on my plan to watch list, but I have never seen him in a drama. So
you were blessed.
I think he's
then.
Good. Yeah,
blessed to see this man finally.
I mean, you were too. So.
Oh my gosh. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. And then, of course, the female lead is Liu Yuxiao, Love in the Clouds, My Journey to You, Blossoms in Adversity. I've seen My Journey to You and Blossoms in Adversity, of course.
Okay, I've seen My Journey to You and Love in the Clouds.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like we're complimenting each other on this
Of course.
episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So those were the two leads. You would obviously recognize them if you watched any Chinese dramas because they are quite popular.
Now,
All right.
they're
Let's
quite
get
popular now.
into now. Yeah, I should say now. Yes, that's true. That's very true. Okay, so some of the support roles, we have Daishu, who people would know from Live Surgery Room and Unnatural Fire. Both of these I have not watched, but I know he's
Same.
in them, and I know
This was my
people
first time
love.
seeing him.
Yeah, I know of him. I've seen him in other things, but not these two that I listed. A lot of people love Live Surgery Room.
Oh.
I really want to watch it. He plays the brother, stepbrother, adopted brother. I can't remember. What's the word? It's not
fine.
it's not half brother, right? Half brother. Anyway, he's the brother
Yes,
of the
I
male
call him the
lead.
second male lead, but yes, he is a
Yeah,
stepbrother to the male lead.
he's the stepbrother. Yeah. Then we have Li Ting Ting. She is the best friend of the female lead. She was in Negotiator and Take Us Home. That is some of her dramas. I watched Negotiator a long time
I
ago.
feel like I watched Negotiator.
Long
Is
time
that
ago.
it's it with the guy from EXO?
No, that's a different one. You're thinking of, is it? Hold on. I
Wait.
might be thinking of a different one. Hold on. Let me bring it up because I'm either. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm thinking of Interpreter. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
You are correct.
Perfect. So then I have seen her before.
Yes. I have also seen her in this one as well.
This is a very good show.
It is. It is a good show. Yeah. I like it. Okay, so some of the other people that you might recognize, we have Kido Ma. He plays the male lead's best friend. You would know him from You Are Desire and The Forbidden Flower.
I think I'm 2 episodes into The Forbidden Flower.
I've heard it's unique. Like the aesthetics of it is unique. Ren Yulan, he plays the female lead's ex. Apparently, he was in 12 Letters from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Wang Zifei, you would know him from Kill My Sins and The Truth Within from this year, which I want to say he was where is he? Yeah, he's the male lead's father. I was about to say he was the male lead's father. So he plays the male lead's father in this one. Fuja is Joy of Life and Meet Yourself. You would recognize, we've seen Meet Yourself. He is the female lead's father. Then we have Chen Yixia, who was in Perfect Match and Love's Ambition. She is the female lead's mother. And then lastly, we have Chao Hu Min, who is the male lead's mother. She is in things like Sunset Secrets and Regrets, which just finished airing a week ago. So that is some of the more prominent support roles. Mainly, you would probably need to know Daishu and Li Ting Ting if you wanted to go in here, because they have the more prominent roles in Love Between Lines. Let's get into the overall review, spoiler free. What did you think of this C-drama, Jess?
Well, so I came in thinking that this was going to change my life, that this was going to live up to all of the hype, and that I was going to think this was one of the top dramas of 2026, and that I was going to be utterly inconsolable when this thing ended, and that it was going to take over my life and become an Eras drama for me. It was very good, very solid drama, quite memorable, like in the grand scheme of things. Like, I will remember Love Between Lines, but as far as all the details of the show, I'm quickly starting to fade on a lot of it, and I don't think that it is the best C-drama that I've seen. I'm not sure if by the time the end of the year rolls around that it will even crack like my top 5, top 10. So,
okay.
I think it's quite enjoyable. It is perfectly adequate for everything that it sets out to do. It's not unwieldy at all to get a handle on the dynamics in this, the plot, anything at all. It's very simple. It's a modern C-drama romance, and people love this genre. They love modern C-drama romances, and I have to say, I like them.
Yeah.
I don't love them.
No, I think also knowing you, this didn't have the level of angst that you usually like.
Yes, I love angsty shit.
Yeah.
Angsty romances. If it don't got angst, then I don't want to watch it generally. The thing is, I'm not expecting it to have a lot of angst. You know, I walked in knowing like, oh, this is what it is. And it didn't, how do I put it? It didn't require a lot of intellectual or emotional labor for me.
Right.
And sometimes I
Yeah.
want to be challenged, and it could be that the mood that I was in was I wanted something angsty. I wanted something that was going to challenge me and keep me up at night and, make me dream of this world or whatever. But it didn't do that. It's so comforting. It's a kind of a comfort watch for
Definitely.
large parts of it. And that's great. Totally great. I'm not taking that away from it. Is it remarkable? No. I think a lot of folks were oohing and eyeing over the AR game, the augmented reality game.
Yeah.
That was the hook of the show. That was like the initial shtick that people were
Right.
drawn to. And the show doesn't really keep that up for the duration of the show, right? Like kind of like just drops it and doesn't kind of return to it in any meaningful way. And that's fine. I'm just stating a fact, not necessarily that it's a mark against the show, but they could have kept it up, kept it going, had a few scenes in the back half of the show that were important and took place or whatever in the AR game. I had a lot of questions more than answers. And like at first they introduced the fact that everyone's wearing these giant glasses to see the augmented reality of this world in this elaborate set. And then later on the show, they like just they don't even like return to that. They're like, yeah, no, nobody's wearing glasses in here. Like they're just walking around regular. And so that sort of thing, it's a little bit irritating, just ever so slightly irritating. This couple has incredible chemistry.
Yeah, definitely.
Incredible chemistry.
That was a highlight.
That's a highlight of the show. I love that about the show. Every time they're in a scene together, it's magnetic. It's perfect. I want to see more. And I think maybe the show could have had more of them.
Yeah.
Like together in the show.
Right.
He's a little bit broody and touch jealous, but he's ultimately like a really great green flag guy.
Definitely.
Nothing, how do I put it? Nothing to sink your teeth into necessarily.
Right. He's not like his character from Goodbye My Princess.
No.
Yeah.
No way, shape, or form is he that character. Right. But I think he played it with enough gravitas. Like they all have issues. He has daddy issues and mommy issues. So there's that he's dealing with. He's on a weird revenge path. It's like a revenge light trademark symbol.
Yeah. If this helps, I know just like iQIYI does the crime series that they do, where I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but they also do a love series every year. And it is known if the drama is part of that love series, there's not going to be a lot of angst in it. There's going to be maybe some very light, just what you're describing. Yep. This drama was part of that series this year. No so surprise. It makes sense.
Yeah.
That fits what you're describing, basically. Yeah.
And I don't hate this archetype. I just don't like to see it all the time.
Yeah.
I loved this actor though. And is this the part where I could say how hot he is?
We can repeat in the spoiler section too, but yes.
This actor, my God, he is so fine in this. Chen Xing Xu, man, hit me up. Like, I am here to talk to you. I will go to the gym for you. I think he is so hot in this. And the thing is, that's what I kept texting you. That's what I kept DMing you. I was like, he is so slutty. The sluttiest man, okay? Everything he was wearing, I was like, that's slut. That's slut-tastic. That should be illegal.
Glasses and no glasses.
Oh, my God. The glasses, the no glasses, the cut-off shirts, the suits, everything.
The
just
rolled-up
incredible.
sleeves.
Yes, yes. And here, I will say this.
That tank top scene on the desk.
My God, he was doing a lot of work in this to keep the audience sustained.
They definitely knew what they were doing.
Absolutely.
The costume department knew what they were doing.
And not that she's not beautiful. She's obviously gorgeous. But I'm not watching for my girl here. I'm watching for him. And I will say this. I don't like office romances. And this turned into an office romance. I was like, no. I was kind of like, damn. Because that's not my jam. That's not my bread and butter. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I think architects are hot. Okay? I love architects. Architects is like the hottest profession to me. So when he turned out he was an architect, I was like, that changes things. He has an architecture firm. Oh my God, that changes everything, girl. I mean, I've been here since Sleepless in Seattle. I've been here since the Lake House. Like for some reason, this is personal. it's a hot profession to me. Architects, architecture, building things, like that just speaks to me on a deep level. So I think the combination of him, the wardrobe, him being an architect, I was giving a lot of passes for the show,
Right.
you know? And I have to say, I was in the minority, going back to the AR game, I was in the minority in that was not grabbing me at all.
I would agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I love that part. But
I like the concept, like the concept of it.
Yeah.
I like the aesthetic of it. Definitely. Every time I was like, oh, that looks beautiful. I love this giant oversized moon that's in this studio set that they have the game in.
Mhm.
Like, it's all really cool. I do not give two flying shits about the plots that were
Right.
going on in the AR game.
Mhm.
Like, oh, she has to go here and pick this up and steal this and try and take his timepiece and other.
That's fair.
I'm like,
That's
I don't
fair.
care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I didn't really get. I don't think that was the point of those scenes.
I could
though.
not care less about the gameplay. And
Right.
I was like, they're going into a little bit of detail
They are.
here. And
They
I
are.
couldn't get behind it. So when it turned into
Yeah.
an office romance, I was like, damn, but what saved it, the architecture thing. So, I mean, it was a lot of headwinds for me to like the show, but I liked it. Like, despite everything, I really liked it. Can we talk about the G-Wagon?
Sure.
Okay. You forgot to list another cast member, and it's the G-Wagon. The G-Wagon is a character in and of itself, okay?
True.
I
true.
couldn't get over it. Every time the G-Wagon was on screen, it was stealing my full attention. I was like, oh my God, the 6-figure car just flying across the screen. I was like,
Yeah.
I have more questions about him in the G-Wagon. Them and the G-Wagon just took over my brain every time. And it could just be
Right.
me. I don't know if anybody
Right.
else feels this way. But it almost felt like, you know, that TikTok trend of couples and they're saying like, this is me and so. And then the next slide comes and they go like, his family has a house in the Hamptons. And then the next slide, and that's my why. Like, that's why I really commit to this relationship. To
Right.
me, if they did this for Love Between Lines, it would be the male lead. Next slide. He has a G-Wagon. Next slide. That's my why. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with the G-Wagon. So, I feel like I've been talking a lot. Caitlin, did you like the show? Why or why not?
I'm gonna surprise you here.
Oh, Lord.
I love this show.
Okay.
I like
oh
this
my
is
God.
a nearly perfect show for me, except for some things that we can talk about. It's not perfect. I did have issues, but I think you're surprised because it is literally
There's no crime whatsoever. Well, there
There's
is
no
a
crime.
crime in the show.
there is a crime.
This
but
is not a
I
crime
think
show.
part of me is there's sometimes I really, really want angst where it's like,
Yeah.
give me all the angst in the world. I will watch it. I love it, whatever. There's other times where it's like, I can't deal with angst right now. Like,
Sure.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
And so I guess whenever I was watching
hit you
this,
at the
I'm
right
like,
time.
it was cool. Yeah. Because even if there was angst, it was resolved really quickly.
So quick.
It wasn't drawn out for 8 episodes and you're just like, come on, just make up already.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one of the reasons why I liked it so much. Also, piggybacking off of what you already said, their chemistry was amazing and I like them. And given the fact that this is also a part of that series I was talking about, you very much knew there wasn't going to be a chance with the second male lead at all.
There was no
was
chance at all.
Very apparent all the way, which I also liked because I think at that time I just was like, give me no second male lead that could steal her.
I don't know if I read this or if I saw some creator talking about this, but the source material, which I think it's a book or a novel.
It's a book, yeah.
Okay.
Web novel, maybe?
Yeah, maybe a web novel. But the source material had her actually dating the second male lead for a prolonged period of time. And I was like, and you know what? Thank God they didn't do that in this show.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I have comments on that. We can go into that in spoiler territory.
Okay.
But yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I literally, this is like a 9.5 for me. Like, this is a nearly perfect one.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It was great.
Great.
Yeah. And it's not one of those things where like, I rated this a 9.5. Should I bring it down? No, I still think it was like.
You're like, no, this is awesome. Would you rewatch it?
For sure. Yeah. Maybe not like scene by scene. Maybe I would just like skip around because I absolutely loathed most of the parents in it.
Oh, we got to talk about that for sure. For sure.
But I definitely would probably rewatch it for sure. Yeah. Okay, so that is our overall review semi non-spoiler section. Now we're moving into spoilers. So if you guys have not watched this Chinese drama, please go ahead and go and watch it and come back to this time. If you don't want to be spoiled, if you don't care, you can continue watching / listening, whatever you're doing. I never know how to say that anymore because we're now making video.
Tuning
Anyway.
in?
Yeah, tuning in. So yeah, beyond this point, there will be spoilers. We will be heavily spoiling because I'm sure we're going to be ranting about something or gushing.
I'm happy to hear your rants. This is a safe space.
Let's get into it. Okay, yeah. I have some rants.
Okay,
minor rants,
talk
maybe.
to me.
Just because I talked about the parents, let's just talk about the parents right now.
You're going to start there? All right.
Yeah, we'll start there. Okay,
Yeah.
so for one, I think there's a level of how much I loathe these parents. It depended on the parent, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Like,
are you talking about her parents or his parents?
Both.
Oh, okay.
I just like both.
I think that's fighting words because her parents are quite angelic, I would say.
Okay, I had a problem with her dad.
Yeah,
because he
about it.
guilt tripped her
Oh,
up
so
the
dirty.
wazoo, which I found so unfair.
So
I
unacceptable.
was just like, the thing with this drama, which is one of the reasons why it's 9/5, it's very predictable of where the show is going to go. Like, you knew the minute you found out that her father was injured in this collapse,
and there was
then you put two and two together.
Distant relative or family friend.
Yeah, family
who
friend
was
that
killed in this accident.
Yeah,
Was
and then
it a building
you were like,
collapse or a bridge
it was a building collapse. It was a building collapse, and he was an architect.
Yes.
So you kind of put two and two together that eventually it would be found out that his family caused the collapse that caused his friend to die and him to get injured. Like, you saw that coming a mile away.
You were like, you clocked that instantly. There was no question that was going to come up.
The thing I had an issue with is like, how dare the dad literally put his friend up and be like, you can't date this man because he's the child of the people who killed my friend. And it's just like, she is not even related to this dude. Like, you are holding this guy on a pedestal because you feel guilty because you invited him to this building, which I understand.
It was an extension of the dad's own guilt.
Exactly. And I was just like, you
that
are
man
horrible.
was never supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Never supposed to be there. And he feels guilty that this building collapsed and killed this friend of theirs. And what's sad is that the female lead is like, you're wondering, like, I know you're wondering why the family is so caught up still and mourning the death of this man. And it's been like 20 years.
Yeah.
And that's because my dad actively talks about him.
Yeah.
Every chance he
takes
gets,
him to the grave and like
and keeps his
the
memory
family
alive. And so the hurt never heals.
It's not even keeping the memory alive. It's guilt tripping the memory. Like, I feel like in a twisted way, he got to the point because his guilt was so overwhelming and he could not heal himself.
It feels very accurate, though, to this generation. And not that my grandmother was part of this generation, similar in age to this father in the show. That's not the case at all. But when she started losing people, and these are the same people in my life, right? Like, she lost her husband. That's my grandpa. She lost her daughters. Those are my aunts, right? Like, I had them my whole life. When she started losing people, she was the same way. Like, she was very attached to her grief, would constantly mourn, she would do things like, this is your aunt's favorite meal. I'm never going to make that meal again. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so we all have to suffer? Like, I love lobster and tomato sauce just as much as she did. Like, I don't understand why we can't have this anymore. Why do we all have to suffer? It was like that. Like, she was depriving us of certain things because they reminded her of the loved ones that she lost.
Yeah.
And I think that that's, people grieve in different ways, but it comes to a point.
Well, definitely.
It comes to a point. And this guy took it too far, just like, my grandmother did or whatever, and was foisting this heavy yoke of guilt and grief onto the whole family,
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And there's also like this pervasive mentality of the sins of the father thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Wanting to know your origins and judging you based on your family history and your pedigree and where you went to school and all the rest. Like, it just goes on and on and on. And it forms a picture of like who the male lead is because of who his father is accused of being. And
so it even like it like what didn't like it made sense again, but like
it makes sense on paper. In practice, when you're watching the show, it is maddening.
But this even rolled into her professional life. Like, he didn't want her to be an architect. He didn't want her to even look at a building. He didn't want her to do anything of the sort. And was totally fine with her being
like a personal assistant,
like harassed and almost sexually assaulted by her boss. So she could not.
Okay, I don't know if he knew the extent of what she was dealing with at work.
Right, of course. But like, it's still it's still like
he knew she wasn't happy.
That's the reason I disliked
him. He knew
him.
that she wasn't happy,
and
that she was unfulfilled, and that she still had
that
this
she couldn't
dream.
go to school, like she couldn't go to school for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I don't think she finished her degree. Was that
no?
it?
She got a different degree.
Right. Okay.
I think she got, or maybe she secretly.
No,
I can't
think
remember.
She graduated with her degree in architecture, but didn't go on to get a master's.
Go to use it. Yeah.
And then didn't use it, get work experience in this industry. So all of these things taken together held her back.
Right.
And he did not give a shit about that. I don't want to say he didn't give a shit, but like it didn't. He did not
didn't occur to her,
support her, encourage her, and really just said, "Take the easy way." You know.
Right. Yeah, and obviously when this was revealed with how much damage he had done to her over her life, he obviously did feel remorseful and he was a good father, but like, I was just like, dude, look at the damage you've done.
She's like on the floor in the fetal position begging you to let her stay at this job as like a junior designer in an architecture firm, something she really has been stunted in this industry.
And then you refuse to talk to her for weeks because she won't leave this job. Like, he goes and pouts.
Well, it's also because, you know, the male lead's involved and
I know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just it's all things taken together, and it just
and obviously the story used this as a major angst point throughout, and that was a big angst thing, but that was one of the reasons was the main reason why I did not like him.
Also, my thing was, and thank God they didn't go this route, is that the family didn't necessarily blame, well, maybe they did a little bit, especially the mom, like when they find out the connection in this mysterious mail packet of documents that lands on their front door.
Yeah.
Because the second male lead's an asshole, which we could talk about that too.
We can talk about that for sure.
We could talk about that too. The reveal happens. They figure out who his identity is, the male lead's identity, who his father is. And her father fucking like runs across the street, like walks across the street without looking, like he's very emotional.
To go and break them up. Like, he wants to literally go and throw this in her
his
face.
Daughter.
Yeah.
To go and confront the daughter and make her break up with him. And in that moment, he gets run over. And I'm like, okay, they could have gone harder on this, but it was implied that they blamed the male lead for his accident.
Yeah. And the female lead somewhat.
Yes.
Because
like,
he was running out because he was running. Yeah.
Right.
He wouldn't have run out in the street, wouldn't have received it.
Correct. Then your dad wouldn't have gotten run over because he wouldn't have been on his way to your house to raise hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why I dislike the mom. Because like this girl, this poor girl had no one in her corner.
Was the
just
phone
like the male
just
lead.
not an option?
Exactly.
Or I thought they were calling her.
Oh yeah, they were calling her, and she was doing something like that. Like she was at a concert. Yeah, because
this doesn't require urgency.
Right.
In no way, shape, or form is this urgent.
Right.
There's no timer counting down on a bomb. Okay, like So they were doing too much.
Yeah.
Also, she's grown.
Definitely. Right.
Mind you.
Right.
She's grown, living on her own, has her own big girl job, pays her own big girl bills. What the hell are they doing?
Yeah. Well, and then even when she found out that her fiance, in the horrible way that she did,
that was also part of the initial hook, was that
she
was at her engagement party.
Wanted her to get back together
Patch
with
it
him.
up. Patch
They
it
wanted
up
to
with that
patch it
guy.
up, even when they knew what had happened. And I'm just like, are you
No.
serious?
No.
Yeah.
You would not
Yeah.
hear from me again.
Yeah.
My gosh.
So I disliked her parents, her
Yes.
dad more than her mom. But I think just because her mom was so passive in all of this, I
very
didn't
passive.
like her either. And then on his side, if I remember correctly, the
Whoa.
mom.
What
on
was
his
there to
side, the
like
mom-
about his parents, actually?
So his mom married the guy who
Yes.
basically killed his dad, which
This
she
was
didn't
wild
know.
behavior. This was wild behavior.
But
Here's the
yeah,
thing.
I didn't like his mom because again, she was very passive, did
Mhm.
not want to believe anything, kind of just put her head in the sand, obviously due to grief, of course, but it was just like,
But also stress, because it seemed like
but stress, yeah,
her and her son were harassed by the victims, the
because of,
media,
yeah,
whatever, after this accident. And
yeah,
I think they owed money. Like, weren't they also in financial ruin as well after
yeah,
the accident?
and they had
So
to
it was
do
like,
compensation and thing like that.
right. So all these things made her extremely stressed and want to retreat from
Yeah,
all of that responsibility.
right.
And that led her straight into the arms of the fucking villain of the whole show,
Right.
which was
But then also because of the kid reminding her of that, she also kept him at arm's length. She was like, I'm not your mom anymore, basically, and had him fend for himself. Like, had him fend for himself in terms of,
I mean, he
like,
was
against his stepbrother.
I'm not sure if I remember the same thing as you, but bar none, she was not a good mom. Not a present mother, became a kept woman, which nothing against kept women, but she didn't have all her faculties about her, you know? Like, she wasn't
Mhm.
on. She wasn't head on a swivel. She wasn't there with the situational awareness and walked straight into a trap and was
Right.
married to the man who killed and framed her husband.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
20 years. And I don't
Yeah.
know, she wasn't well before that, but she was not well after that.
Right. Yeah. And then, of course, his stepfather, who just was, of course,
Douche.
as you said, the villain of the entire show.
Yeah.
And was just a horrible person through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Had no remorse whatsoever.
None.
At all.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I did appreciate the fact that Drama did not try and give him a redemption arc. They just
No.
made him the villain and was just like, yep,
And good.
you're the villain of the
Good.
entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that
But
is one thing I disliked about
that
the
mom
show.
was just so vacant.
So vacant. All the time.
Like, nothing there,
and
you know.
wanted the happy family, wanted her son to be there, where her son was actively knew something was off about her stepfather.
Right.
Since he was a kid, because he overheard it.
Yeah.
And was like,
he heard
okay, I
some
need to
shady
investigate
shit.
this.
Yeah.
And he was like 13 at the time, so he was never going to get along with his stepfather.
No. And she got married quick, mind you.
She got married
She got
very
with that
quick.
man
Yeah.
quick.
But I think it's because she didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, she's
so ill-equipped.
Yeah, she had never held a job. Well, I shouldn't say she'd never held a job, but it was clear she hadn't worked in a very long time.
Yeah,
didn't know
she
how to be a single parent.
Just not like
Yeah.
mentally. She didn't have the mental fortitude, the emotional fortitude to take
Right.
on single motherhood with all of this like extra crap on top of it of
Right.
like financial ruin and
Right.
dealing
Which was
with
fair. It was a lot, but it was
yeah.
just like the fact that you didn't realize it was going to be
The
now your
stigma.
son's burden to take on.
Yeah, that they changed his name, which I was like, oh, that's
Yeah,
particularly cruel.
they changed his name.
They changed his name so that he had no connection to the father and would grow up with any sort of stigma. And it was again wild behavior.
Yeah. They
from
essentially
everyone
erased his father.
Yeah.
They erased his father, and he couldn't talk about him, didn't have a picture of him, nothing. Like, so he didn't really even get the chance to grieve himself because they erased that for him, mainly due to his mom wanting to escape everything and not wanting to have to deal with it.
Like, you ever just every time she came up on screen, I was like, girl, wake up. Like, she just was in La La Land. I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had no interest in finding out more about her husband, who's the villain that we keep talking about, what he does on a daily, maybe getting involved in the businesses. Like, she didn't cook, didn't clean, was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did she do all day long?
Right. Yeah. She sat there and
Obviously
looked
didn't
pretty.
raise her child. He went off to
Yeah.
boarding school, he said.
Yeah. And he had that one guy that he had been, that literally, the guy that like kind of hid everything in his house so nobody could find it. They had a long existing, like, apparently the guy helped him get into college. He seemed to be like a teacher or something. But yeah, even to like not help your kid navigate college and like send him off to foreign college so he wasn't a bother to anybody in China.
I mean, they seem to have been living abroad
Well, he was.
as well. No, the family was. Like the villain and the mom were also living abroad.
Right. Yes, yeah, in the US. Yeah. Yeah. So I did not like any of the
It was
parents.
just
That was
all kind of
a
like
huge thing.
ugh.
Yeah. I did not like that. So that was one thing on why it was not a perfect drama, because that was just like these parents are
Because it was
horrible.
too much. It was like too
Yeah. There was nobody in their
distractingly
corner.
irritating.
Yeah, there was nobody in their corners.
No.
Either one of them, which is why they had such great chemistry in their relationship, because they were in each other's
Right.
corners, you know?
Correct. They turned into each other.
And it was just like, and that, I think that was also, it was unique in that way because normally there's at least one good parent in the
Yeah, he
four that
died.
exists. Or he died. Yeah. Because like obviously his dad who died is like a great dad, and
Right.
he like looked
A
up to
good
him
man.
and wanted to be him. Yeah.
Good man, good architect.
Exactly. So
Did we want to talk about the second male lead?
yes.
Daishu's character?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Daishu acted this character very well. I could see why he caught a lot of people's attention. I did not. His character was toxic to me. It was not a good character for me.
First of all, he looked good.
He did. He did look good.
He looked good.
He looked very
in
good.
his suits, in his glasses. He also looked very good, very fine.
Yes.
Fine gentleman. As soon as he started up with the like trying to take down the male lead's business and stealing business from him, and it kind of becomes clear that he's on a warpath to sink that company.
Right.
I was like, get out of here. Like, no, it's never going to happen between him and the female lead.
Or
and
the
then,
fact he couldn't take no for an answer.
Yeah, no.
Like he just kept going, especially because once he, like, there was a time where he didn't know they were dating, which I understood. But at the other side, I'm like, this girl told you no already without having to tell you she was dating somebody, and you still pursued her. So that was even problematic, even before he found out that they were dating each other. And then when he found out they were dating each other, he doubled down.
Yes.
Like he was like, this is another thing I want to take from my brother who I've hated all of my life.
Don't you just love the double down?
Double down, yeah.
He
was not apologetic at all for doing it, at all.
And the most damning thing that he did was send that incriminating package of evidence that led to the male lead's identity being exposed to her parents.
Yeah.
She figures it out and she's like, oh, okay, why don't you fuck off?
Right. Yeah, the fact he showed up at the hospital.
No, that was crazy.
After the guy got and
her father gets run over.
Her father gets run over. He's laying in a hospital bed, unconscious. Like they don't know if he's ever gonna wake up. She's in the hallway. She has this files of paper that he sent, and she knows it's him. She has figured out it's him who sent it. She's pretty sure. And he's like, I don't understand why you still care for my brother. Like,
Isn't
why
that
not
insane?
get with me? Like, I don't understand after all of this evidence
He
why
said,
you
how
still
can
want
you
to date him.
He said something like, how can you forgive him? How can you just like let it slide? And she's like, you need to leave.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you again.
I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, what did you think would happen?
Yeah.
Like,
He really thought. He really thought this is my
she
shot.
would never find out that he sent it. And if she did, what made you think she would forgive, especially after her dad got run over by a car?
Delusional. That man is delusional.
It's just like,
she was like, why don't you leave and take your flowers with you?
Yeah.
Take all of it. One thing before we get to the actual romance, because I feel like we're talking all around the romance.
Yeah.
The bestie, played by Li Ting.
Yeah.
Love that character down.
I do
She
too.
stood on business though.
Yeah, definitely.
Because oh my God, her husband, as soon as I saw that she was married And I don't know, this might be like my own complexes or whatever, but I saw who her husband was, and I've seen him in other dramas. I saw him come up on screen. I was like, they're not going to end up together by the end of the show.
No.
I was like,
No.
they're not staying together.
Yeah.
And sure enough, that guy ended up being a piece of shit. The moment that I was like, oh, we're not going to address that, okay, was when they were in the AR game with her, the husband, the female lead, and some investor, I think, who was an asshole. That guy starts beefing with the bestie, or the wife, and he ends up laying hands on her. He slaps her clean across the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
That husband did diddly.
Yeah. Did not
diddly
do
squat. Did not do anything. Did not fight for his wife.
And then the female lead comes coming in
and slaps that guy upside the head.
Him. Yeah.
I was like, oh, now we got bad blood. Bad blood. Because what do you mean you're not going to stick up for your wife?
Yeah. Yeah. There was like when they had that scene where she saw them on the bench together.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe they could work it out. Like it was clear that she had made, like, the other woman made the first move. He wasn't expecting it. It wasn't like a full-blown affair at that point.
The thing is, he was already lying to her.
Exactly.
He was already setting the stage for an affair. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, it was already bad that he was already lying.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did not blame her when she was like, nope, like, not even, like, didn't even give him a chance to explain, whatever. But then you had that scene in the VR game, and I'm like, you made a good choice.
And that came
first.
You
made a good choice.
That VR scene that we just talked about where she gets slapped and he does nothing at all, that came first. And, oh my God, also, her husband, it's their anniversary. He doesn't come home. When he comes home, it's late, and he gives her, it ends up being revealed that he gives her freebies and leftovers because he had already gone out to eat with this other lady, this other woman.
Yeah. Yeah, at a romantic restaurant. Like, it wasn't just like we went to a work dinner. I think it was
one of her favorite, like, dim sum places initially.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, here, I went and got these for you. And she was so touched. Those were freaking leftovers. Yeah. And then the gift that he gives her on their anniversary is a freebie from a romantic restaurant that he went to with that other bitch. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Call the cops. Call the cops.
Yeah.
Ship him off. Jail.
And then the other horrible guy is the female lead's ex-husband or ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
This dude.
No.
I honestly was so, like, I was surprised but not surprised because obviously, so we enter the drama and she's engaged. She's at her engagement party. Obviously, we knew she was not going to end up with this guy, but the way that they revealed it, I was like, my God, they like...
Mm-hmm.
Her cousin or nephew or somebody clicked a button on a computer and it shared it to everybody at the party.
It was a voicemail? Like, what was it?
No, it was a, like, a voice message, like a he had like voice message on a text message or something.
Okay. Yeah.
And he broke up with her on this voice message, and then it got played accidentally to everybody in the room. And then so she's like, okay, he broke up with me, whatever. He disappears, like, she can't find him.
Right. He ghosts her.
Yeah. And then 4 or 5 episodes later, she's invited to this really, really rich people island wedding, and he's the groom.
It's like a weird work trip that the male lead takes her on. She's sort of assisting him. It's bizarre. Whatever. Cdrama
So basically, he wanted to get investors for this thing because they had some drama at work. And the only way to get this guy's attention was attend this person's wedding. Yeah. And so he was like, we're going to attend this wedding. I'm going to go and do this investor booze and schmooze thing. Yeah. And then they rock up. Yeah. They rock up and it's her ex-boyfriend walking down the aisle.
Married.
And his mother locks her in a room where she has to climb out of a window to try and avoid this showing up at the wedding.
No, it's legit like full-on Cinderella. She loses shoes and everything.
Yeah. Oh, but then you also, I loved when because they didn't really know each other. Yeah. I don't know what she's doing. She's like going crazy. I love that even though this was like episode 4, 5, 6, so they knew each other. They were working together. They had not started dating or anything at this point. He is full, like the male lead is full on supporting her, running her ex-boyfriend into the ground in front of his fiance.
He was like, it's like that?
Yeah. He's like, I got your back here. We're
Yeah.
going to do it.
Which I
And
love
they
that,
did
right?
it.
He
Yeah.
didn't play about her.
No, he did not at
Yeah.
all. At all. Yeah. It was fantastic. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically all the men are crap in this except for one.
And that's the guy that
Yeah.
we love the most, and he was so slutty.
Yeah, but
Okay.
going back to the second male lead, you were
Yeah.
saying because I think I saw the same video. You were saying in the novel she dated him before.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
I don't know if it's before. I really don't know the timeline of it, but she dates him for like a year.
Yeah, they dated for a year,
Yeah.
and then they broke up. So he was the ex-boyfriend. So the one that was in the show didn't exist.
Oh.
So he was the ex-boyfriend. They broke up. Then she started dating his brother. And then it was a lot more triangle.
That changes everything.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank God they didn't go with that.
Which explains a lot of the toxic parts of the second male lead in the novel, because
for sure
that was
trying to get her back.
working with. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What were some of your favorite moments between our couple, though?
I will say one more part on second male lead.
Oh,
the fact that part of the internet, which I said in a TikTok, the fact that a part of the internet was shipping them together, the female lead and the second male lead, like wholeheartedly shipping, wholeheartedly. No. And I'm like, how? Like, I was on episode 15. I'm like, this dude is so toxic. He's a red flag. He's a walking red flag. Like, why?
Not good for her.
Yeah.
Also, read the tea leaves. Read the tea leaves on how this whole thing is set up anyway. Like, the DNA of the show. It was never going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Favorite moments of the show?
Yes. Please.
Basically anything with the male lead. Like, he was such a green flag, like, all the time. He was supporting her like no business. like the wedding. He found her shoes. He was like, you do you, I'll be up. I won't let you get hurt. One of my favorite scenes, speaking of the second male lead, when she was in the car with the second male lead coming back from the field.
Oh, this is so classic. Yes, she was on a survey.
Yeah, she was surveying the construction site to build this
remote site.
Yeah.
And she gets left alone. The second male lead is there with his team scouting the same location.
It's in the rain. So
it's raining and remote. She can't get a taxi, and so she hops in the second male lead's car. And I think she's on the phone with a coworker, and the coworker tells the male lead, who's in the same building as him.
Yeah, he's downtown.
Yeah,
they're in the country.
Don't worry, she's coming back. She's got a ride. Yeah, and he deduces who the ride is. Freaking flies over there in the G-Wagon. The G-Wagon. Him and the G-Wagon end up over there, and he it's one of those classic where he almost runs them off the road. Like pulls up right in front of them, gets down out of the car, and he's like, let's go. You're coming back with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
and
jealous.
She knows. She's so jealous.
So jealous. Yeah.
And even more jealous because it's the brother. But I think if it was anybody, he would be jealous. But even more because it was the brother.
Yeah. He definitely goes to collector there.
Yeah, but also I just love the fact it wasn't like he was a wet blanket either.
No.
Yeah, his brother was going at him since they were kids and was competing with him always. He was competing back. He was just like, I don't care. I'm going to best you in any way possible because you're related to the person who killed my dad. And you beat me up. You make my life horrible. So whatever. So I did like the fact that he stood his ground as well.
Yes, he was quite formidable. It was a competition of equals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I honestly, I don't know. If you gave the second male lead his own architecture firm the way the male lead did it, I don't know if he would be able to be equals with him. Because you have the male lead who built his thing from scratch because he couldn't use his name and was doing that. And then you had the second male lead who was literally running his dad's firm.
Yeah, he was a Nepo baby.
Yeah, a Nepo baby.
And the one thing I will give the second male lead is that he really seemed to want to run the business legitimately.
Definitely,
and didn't want to get in any sort of fraud, hot water, embezzlement, hot
Right.
water, whatever.
Right.
You know, the dad seemed to be cooking the books and he was trying to right the dad's
For sure.
wrongs. So I
Yeah.
appreciated that, you know? Even if he was sort of underhanded in dealing with the male lead and trying to sink his business and all that stuff, it was
Right.
through, you know, semi-reputable means. Like, he was wheeling and dealing and shaking hands, but it was nothing illegal necessarily.
Right.
So,
And when he found out the real truth of it all, you could tell, he
Mhm.
was like 100% surprised, like did not know
stunned.
anything about it, whatever.
Yes.
And also like
Remorseful.
fixed it, remorseful, like
Remorsed it.
everything. Like, yeah. So I did
Seemed
appreciate
to be
that.
like, okay, so I was actually never going to win because the foundation that I was working off of was rotten, was faulty,
Right.
was brittle.
Right.
Pun
Yeah.
intended, because of architecture. What other moments stick out to you as being really great between the couple? I have a couple of moments that
So-
I really enjoyed.
I did like even though I know you said the VR thing wasn't your favorite.
But they have a really good kiss in the VR game.
I did like that. But I also
Okay.
like that they use the VR to figure out their problems. Like when
okay.
they were having issues, not all the time, not every single time, but there were moments where they had arguments and they're like, let me go sit in the VR for a bit. And they
Yeah.
found each other there and like talked it out. So I did like that part. I also love their bickering in like episode 2, episode 3, where
They
she
have
was like
good
competing with
bickering.
him.
Good banter
Yeah.
between them. I love the moment where he says at one point, I think she like hits him on the head or something sort of playfully. And he says,
Mhm.
I'm almost 30 years old. I'm not playing these childish games. And then he
Right.
kisses her like
Yeah.
on the mouth, not hitting her on the forehead
But
or
they
kissing her
had a
on the
very
forehead.
mature relationship. Their
Yes.
communication was very good.
Yes. For the most part, because he obviously
the most
doesn't
part.
tell her who he is
Right.
or who his
Yeah.
dad is.
The secrets could have been revealed a lot sooner.
Yeah. Did you gasp and fall out of your chair on the New Year's scene where they're on the rooftop in the Lane house and she goes to kiss him and he doesn't kiss her back? He turns his head,
doesn't.
rejects
He
her.
turns away. Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, come on, dude. Because at that point, he knew.
That's a fumble. That's
Yeah,
a really
it
bad
was.
fumble.
Oh, definitely it
Yeah.
was. Because he, at that point, like, I understood why he was guilty. He found out who she was, found out who her family was.
It doesn't want to get her involved.
He hadn't told her. He hadn't
Yeah.
told her everything that was going on, let alone his past. So it's understandable why he did it. But I was just like, dude, you've been
Just kiss her.
communicating so
Yeah.
well up to this point. Like, why are we doing this to last in another 3 episodes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
And then she gets
Yeah.
mad and he has to kind of make it up to her. And that's when you
Yeah.
get that AR game kiss. And
Right.
that
With
moment
with the camera behind
with
them.
the freaking
Yeah.
camera that he like
Yeah.
freaking tuxedo
Yeah.
mask over here. He flings the hat and it lands just so on top of this CCTV camera and they start making out in the game. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hell yes.
Yeah.
Also, him in Republican era getup.
He has another full
Hello.
Chinese drama where it's Republican era. Hold on. I've heard it's like mid. I heard it's not that good,
dang.
but he
See, that's
is
what I
in an
hate.
entire whole Republican era.
My God.
Of that.
What a fine man. What a specimen.
I also liked, even we had kind of already talked about, but when he saved her in the VR game by like
yes,
stopping the
yes.
statue.
Yeah.
Or that scene with the haunted house. I thought that was really nice.
Sure, that seemed a little random to me, but yes, that was good too. And it had some
But
nice
it was
visuals,
like
right?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think they have
talking
to
like
shoot-
visual wise.
They have to shoot the ghosts or something in the haunted house,
Yeah.
and then it turns into
and it
like
created like flower petals or whatever.
some sort of scene,
Yeah.
and it was really pretty, and yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So did you think she fell first and he fell harder, or the other way around?
My God, I don't remember. Gosh,
Because
who
I
fell
think
first?
she definitely liked him
She fell first.
from first.
She fell
I think
first. But he fell
I
pretty
think
hard.
she yeah, I think she fell for him like appearance wise in the game immediately.
Yes, because
And
he's. I
then-
mean, look at the man.
Right. But then he, like, in episode 1, for lack of a better term, like, to win the game,
Right, he
played
betrays her. Yeah.
And so then she becomes competitive. So like another funny scene I liked was in episode 2 when he points the gun at her in the game, and she like freaks out
Yeah.
and accidentally grabs the gun and then has to like slowly put it back in his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, she has a lot of cute moments in the game.
She
gets
does,
into the
yeah.
game very heavily. She starts kind of using it as a form of therapy or
Yeah.
like an outlet to
Right.
vent her frustrations because their
Right.
relationship isn't progressing or she's upset
Yeah.
with him. And so she keeps
Or
killing
she
his
found
character.
out that her ex is crap. Yes.
Yeah, she
the
keeps
fact
killing his
that she
character in the game.
she like
Hysterical.
goes and just starts
On a warpath, just
Yeah.
slaughtering him every chance
Yeah.
she gets. Betrays him
the
even though they're
first
supposed
kiss
to be on
they
the same
have
side
though,
for some storylines.
and because
she's like, I don't care.
the other actor who plays him when he has his days off is like, dude, you need to come in. Like she
You
keeps
need to
killing me and
Deal
hunting
with
me
this.
down.
Yes. Yeah. It's great.
Or his best friend too. It's
Oh
just
my
like,
God, I forgot
what
to talk
did
about the
you
best
do?
friend. So his bestie is really cute. I wish that they did more with him
I wish,
and
yeah,
what ended up being the married then
Female
single
lead.
friend. Yeah.
yeah. I wish
Second.
they did too. Yeah, because he clearly liked her,
He clearly
especially after she came in into the back room of that game and was like, "What's up? Let me
Yes.
go and give you a piece of my mind."
Yeah.
And propose that we work together.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were cute together.
They were cute together. He was very inexperienced.
He
in
also was like
relationships.
a good best friend of the
Yeah.
male lead. Like he didn't ask too many questions when he knew when to ask questions and when to be like hit him on the side of the head and be like, dude, go talk this out. Another thing with the male lead and the female lead, their first kiss.
Yes.
When she was
drunk,
had
right?
eaten, no, she had hallucinated from weird mushrooms.
That's right. So she was essentially
drunk.
But
She was essentially
same
drunk.
effect.
But basically, she thought she had kissed the VR character. That was a pretty beautiful scene because it was underneath the trees and everything, and he was in the uniform.
Yes, I like that scene. And then I like the next day where she doesn't remember, or does she? I can't remember. But
she doesn't remember and then slowly starts remembering
she
in the
starts
next
remembering.
episodes or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think he's in the kitchen of the Lane house and she's there too.
Yeah.
And I think he does this he does that thing where he like leans in and she thinks that he's gonna kiss her and she starts like bracing for the kiss, which girl. She was like, ugh, like bracing as if he was gonna kiss her. And he doesn't. And I think the line is dream on.
Yeah, something like that.
He's kind of like dream on.
And then the opposite happens like 2 episodes later because she's working late and he comes in and she accidentally like headbutts him. So then she's leaning in with an ice pack. And
and then what does he say? If you're gonna kiss me, just do it already.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my God, he's so down bad.
And then
for
she's
her.
sitting there with the ice pack on her head, trying to think things through.
Yeah, I love.
And then they started living together.
Cohabitation trope.
Which
I love. I do love the cohabitation trope. Sue me.
Yeah.
I love all that stuff. And let me see what else I have. So there's a company party where she shows up late, but he's already arranged a gown for her. And it's this beautiful white dress. And she does her hair and makeup very quickly, which I'm like, good for her that she has this routine down.
Right.
And she comes out looking stunning. I mean, absolutely stunning. She dances with the second male lead, I believe. He gets jealous. I always love this, like, I feel like this is a micro trope where she goes out on a balcony. He comes out to be with her and he puts his suit jacket on her over her shoulders.
On her.
That's, oh my God. I love that micro trope.
Yeah.
I love it every time. And
then he says a lot of leaning on tables in this. Yeah. Or like counters or whatever. Or like balcony railings.
And then he says she looks pretty in that scene. And she's like, what? It's very awkward for her. This is a really good show. I think it kind of went off the rails toward the end. Like she gets kidnapped, doesn't she? And they light the building on fire.
All because of his crazy stepfather.
The stepfather.
The stepfather just... And it was like, it was unclear to me for a while if he had actually murdered his father or it was an accident.
I thought 100% that he murdered him, like from jump.
He did.
And he did.
He
It was a
did, but
accidental death.
yeah, it was yeah. He
We're
didn't like save
close.
him. He didn't like attempt to do anything.
No.
Yeah, it was, and like the logic of that whole thing with the fire and thing, I was just like, why?
It's flimsy. It's flimsy.
It's
weak.
flimsy. It's very flimsy. It was definitely an action scene. It was another
It
saving
does
scene.
not. It does not pass the sniff test. You're just like, that
Yeah,
stinks.
it was.
But
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of par for the course
Yeah.
for some of these, where it's like, oh, you got to have some sort of like weird action set piece in this.
yeah. Well, and then the male lead, the second male lead, found out and attempted to go as well, but obviously he was like very late.
Yeah. But
Yeah, and then what I liked about it though was the confrontation after the fact, because the male lead finally had all the evidence to confront
that
his
was pretty good.
stepfather.
Yeah, sure.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
The mom was
mom.
just sitting there, just like
I wanted more from her. Like, I wanted a really
I did too. At least the
reaction.
second male lead gave us more in that scene, because he was just like, the look he was giving his father by the end of that conversation was just like, how are we related?
You're a piece
Like,
of
what
shit.
what has the hell happened?
You've actually ruined everything that we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good scene also of the second male lead in the house, and the house is empty and sort of cleared out a bit. And you can tell that the family's lost like their wealth or the handle that they had, in the industry. And you're just like, oh my God, this once thriving household or whatever is now dead and buried. And it's good. I like that scene.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there was also the makeup scene with the male lead and her father, the female lead's father, where they were playing checkers.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cute, but it was clear that he had played before.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets a little domestic at the end.
It's a little domestic. It definitely gave redemption arcs where I did not want there to be redemption arcs. But again, this is the type of drama where it's like, it has to have a happy ending.
Who got a redemption
situation.
arc that you didn't want?
Well, the mom did. The mom got a redemption arc because she finally visited her husband's grave after 20-something years, 30-something years, and was like, I wish I had explored it more.
I understand
whatever.
that she didn't believe him, right? Like, she believed the story that he had done this horrible wrong and was responsible for all these deaths and the collapse of this building and all this stuff. And so she resented him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's part of that. It's part of her apology redemption arc thing.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the father of your child, so.
But also, you didn't believe your child either.
You didn't believe your child. You didn't believe your husband.
Multiple times.
And the thing is, wouldn't you suspect that there was some foul play? Like, something was up, because he was actually good at his job, and he was good. He was a good man.
Right.
It was like, oh, she believed the character assassination.
Yes. Yeah.
Just weak-willed, weak-minded, all of that. Like, she was just a problem.
I did like her scene when she met the female lead, though.
Yeah.
In his house, in his apartment. I did like that scene because she assumed that she was after the stepbrother. Like, she didn't even. That was the other thing. Like, I didn't get that point where I was just like, why would you not assume that your own blood and your blood related son could be happy with somebody?
Yeah.
And you immediately go and support, which is obviously a trope where if you're a stepmother, you support your stepchildren more than your own children because
a disproportionate amount
people.
of love to the child that's not yours or whatever.
But I did like that conversation that they had in the apartment because, like, the male lead finds out that the female lead is there and is like, keep her there.
Keep her there. Yes, I remember that.
And then he, like, even if because at that point they had broken up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
it was
like,
the angsty breakup.
Yeah, but it was like, I don't care if we're broken up. I'm still going to introduce you formally to my mother.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I really like that part.
Yeah.
And he didn't introduce her as, this is my girlfriend. He said, this is the woman I love.
Yeah. This is the woman I'm going to end up with.
And I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
And I also, like, his apartment was gorgeous.
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 I mean, I would expect nothing less.
And she just, like,
my
moved
architecture
in.
daddy.
Yeah, of course. Yes. And she just moved in. She was very comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
in the apartment.
Matter of fact, I thought the stuff she added to the apartment was ugly. I was like, you're ruining it. You're ruining the aesthetic in here. It was like this really cartoonish looking pillow that didn't match anything. And I was like, girl, take that shit elsewhere.
I also love the piano scene in his apartment.
Yeah.
That was very nice because it like highlighted his father more than his mom. So it gave the female lead like a connection to both of his parents. Yeah.
I love that. Anything else you got?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, we can gush about
I don't have any notes.
looking really
I can't
good.
even say like I came to the end of my notes. I don't have any notes.
Yeah. And we talked about family dynamics. That was the memorable moments. Yeah. I think overall, if you are one of these people that don't like angst, you will like this because, again, the angst doesn't last very long. Now, would you say that this is like a romance drama where they throw in a murder plot? Because I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Because I think they paced it out enough where it wasn't just like serial killer episode 3.
I think it was properly introduced and properly resolved.
Yeah, and granted, it is predictable. Like you knew from episode 5 what that was going to look like.
Yes,
but at the same time, it's still a good reveal. It's not
satisfactory.
Like it's not like it's boring or anything. Because honestly, if I was bored, I would not have finished this and wouldn't have loved it as much. Yeah. Yes. Also, that kiss on his G-Wagon was really good too.
Oh, they had full on sex in the G-Wagon.
Really
we didn't even talk about that.
That's true.
Where I was the first time they have sex, it's in the G-Wagon. I was like, fucking course it's in the G-Wagon. The G-Wagon. Oh, God. Anyway, I was like all over.
He's a good kisser. He's a good kissing.
Yeah.
He's very good. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So
also, he's posting thirst traps of himself on social media all the time.
All the time.
So he wants us to look at his body.
He posted a picture of him in the tank top from like episode 25. Or something again, he was in the tank top. She was on their little desk working, and he comes in and leans on the table to flex his biceps.
He knows what he's doing. Okay,
he is. Yes. And I mean, as we said, I know we're gushing about him. She looks really good as well.
She looks beautiful.
Yes, in the Republican era stuff as well as the modern stuff.
Absolutely,
like she was very good as well.
Love her down. He's just eating her up, though. Like, every scene.
All the time. He definitely grabs your attention when he walks in the room, no matter what. It's not like he's like, oh my God, the K-drama actor is the guy from Tomorrow, the Grim Reaper guy.
Doing? What?
No, the other guy, the other Grim Reaper.
God,
the model
I don't remember
guy.
His name.
I know what the guy who's always model walking.
He's got a really deep voice.
Model. Yeah. We all love him. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head.
It's okay.
Anyway, it's not like Chen Xing Xu is like doing the model walk in whatever he's wearing, but he looks
just
good.
Got this like he's just got this swagger, this presence about him, and the confident. All of it is just
and up against all the other characters except maybe Daishu, but he even sometimes outshines Daishu. But like up against all the characters, he has this confidence that you were describing that is
sexy,
not comparable to anybody else.
No.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's wrap this up. Would you recommend this overall, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Watch the show.
I would too. Yeah. And people coming from me, I'm not like, this is not my jam, but apparently this was my jam. Apparently this was my jam.
And I'm glad.
Yeah, I am glad too. Because with the amount of dramas I watched this year, this will probably end up in my top 10 unless something happens. And well, at this point, it is definitely in my top 10. But I've only watched 15 dramas so far this year. So
yeah, I haven't watched that many either.
Yeah,
I think we're on pace, actually.
Yeah, we're pretty. I think we're pretty on pace. Yeah. All right. Well, where can they find you, Jess?
Sure. So everyone can follow me on Instagram and TikTok and now YouTube. You can look up Daebak K-Rambles on Instagram and TikTok. It's DAEBAKPOD at Daebak Pod. And then on YouTube, you can look up Daebak K-Rambles, or the handle is at Daebak K-Rambles. Sorry, it's very new. But you can listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and now on YouTube.
Nice. Yeah. And congrats on being on YouTube. I'm excited.
I joined the club. Yes. Be kind.
All right.
Be kind.
Well, thank you guys for listening to another episode or watching another episode on the No Sleep for Dramas podcast. I am so glad we got to review this Chinese drama. It's, again,
Yes,
as we said,
finally.
months in the making. And thank you for joining me, Jess.
Thank you for having me.